You're tuned in for another deep dive, and today, well, we're focusing on something really crucial for market analysis agencies and the brands they work with.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all about unlocking, truly powerful insights from data.
Exactly. We're going to explore the benefits of partnering with Citrus Predict, really digging into what it actually does.
That's right. And central to Citrus Predict are three core analytical models, all powered by machine learning: impact, forecast, and optimize.
Okay.
Think of them as maybe different lenses for looking at the market, distinct but complementary.
Impact, forecast, optimize. Okay, so impact is about understanding the why behind past events.
Pretty much, yeah. What happened and why?
Forecast. That's looking ahead.
Spot on. Using history to see the future.
And optimize is about efficiency, making sure resources are used well.
Exactly. Getting the most out of your investments, especially marketing spend.
Right. Now, to really sort of get our heads around these, we thought using some analogies might help make it clearer.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. It can make these quite sophisticated tools feel a bit more, relatable.
Okay, so let's dive into the impact model first. You suggested thinking of this like a doctor diagnosing a patient.
Yes, precisely. Think about it. A doctor looks at symptoms, they review the patient's history, maybe run some tests, all to find the root cause of what's wrong. The impact model works in a similar way with business data. It sifts through historical time series information to figure out how different factors, different drivers, as we call them, things like ad campaigns or price changes or even competitor actions, how those drivers actually influenced a specific outcome, like, say, sales figures or website visits.
I see. So for a market research firm, this is a big step up from just reporting numbers.
Definitely.
Instead of just saying sales went up 5%, they can use the impact model to help pinpoint why they went up. Was it that new TV ad? A competitor's price hike? Maybe seasonality?
Exactly. It lets them give their clients much clearer, more actionable intelligence. It's about identifying the real levers being pulled.
And for the brands themselves, what does that mean in practice?
Well, it means gaining a much, much deeper understanding of cause and effect in their specific market. The model can digest a huge range of data points.
Like what kind of data?
Oh, all sorts. Sales data, obviously. Performance metrics. Then there's all the marketing and media spend, digital, traditional, everything. Pricing information, promotions.
Right.
Distribution channels, how things are performing in retail stores, even external things like economic indicators or maybe consumer sentiment scores, brand tracking metrics.
Wow, okay.
By pulling all that historical data together, the impact model automatically finds those connections. It shows which activities are genuinely driving the outcomes the brand cares about, whether that's sales or maybe brand awareness or customer loyalty.
And it does this automatically?
Yeah, it identifies patterns that might be, incredibly hard or time-consuming for a human analyst to spot manually.
Yeah.
It reveals those sometimes hidden cause and effect relationships.
That makes a lot of sense. It's moving beyond just knowing what happened to understanding why it happened and what you could potentially change.
Precisely. It's about understanding the levers.
Okay, cool. Let's shift gears then. Looking ahead, the forecast model. The analogy here is a meteorologist predicting the weather.
Exactly. Think about weather forecasting.
Yeah.
It's incredibly complex, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Meteorologists take in vast amounts of data, pressure, temperature, wind, humidity, satellite images, historical patterns, all crunched together to predict what the weather might do. The forecast model applies a similar logic to business. It uses all that historical time series data, the sales, the marketing, the external factors we just talked about,
Right.
and uses the patterns it finds there to project forward, to generate forecasts for what might happen with sales or brand perception or category performance down the line.
So for those market research firms, again, this is a huge value add. They're not just historians anymore.
Not at all. They can offer genuinely forward-looking insights, predicting potential shifts in how consumers might behave or how brand sentiment could change, or even where the whole market category might be heading.
It really elevates their role, doesn't it? Makes them more of a strategic partner.
Absolutely. And think about the benefit for the brands. Imagine planning your next quarter or your next year with a much clearer, data-driven view of what might be coming.
That sounds pretty powerful.
It is. And a really valuable part of the forecast model is the scenario planning feature. It lets you run what-if simulations.
What do you mean by that?
Well, a brand could say, okay, what if we increased our social media ad spend by 20% next quarter? Or what if we lower our price by 5%? Or even, what if interest rates go up 0.5%? They can adjust these variables, these potential drivers, and the model uses its understanding of past relationships and trends to forecast the likely impact on their sales or market share or whatever outcome they're focused on.
So you can test out strategies virtually before committing real budget.
Exactly. It helps brands prepare for different possibilities, weigh potential risks and rewards, and make much more informed strategic choices. It's about being proactive, not just reactive.
Okay, that's clear. Moving from reacting to anticipating, right? The third model, optimize. And the analogy here is an auditor. Tell me about that connection.
Yeah, the auditor. The core idea is about efficiency and, crucially, return on investment. An auditor checks the books, right? They make sure money isn't being wasted, that investments are sound, that things are running efficiently. The optimized model does something similar for resources, especially marketing budgets. It identifies the optimal way to allocate those resources, your marketing spend, across different channels. For example, to get the best possible result for a specific goal, like maximizing sales or leads. It ensures your investments are actually driving results.
So it stops you throwing money away on things that don't work.
Essentially, yes. It's often used for what's called marketing mix modeling, or MMM.
Right, I've heard that term.
It statistically breaks down the impact of all your different marketing activities, TV, radio, digital ads, social media promotions, everything, to see how much each one contributes individually and how they work together.
So for a market research firm using Citrus Predict's Optimize model, they can go to their client and say, look, here's the hard data.
Exactly.
This specific channel is giving you a great return, but maybe this other one isn't pulling its weight. They can quantify the impact.
Precisely. They can show exactly which marketing efforts are driving sales or other KPIs, and perhaps more importantly, where there's potential to reallocate budget for better overall performance, finding those opportunities for optimization.
And the benefit for the brand seems really direct here.
Oh, absolutely. It gives them incredible clarity. By directly linking marketing spend in each channel to actual business outcomes like sales, they get a transparent view of ROI.
Right.
Which strategies are delivering the best bang for their buck? Where should they double down? And maybe where should they cut back? Because it's just not providing a good return.
It really empowers them to make smarter spending decisions based on evidence, not just guesswork.
That's the key. Data-backed decisions to maximize the effectiveness of every marketing dollar, pound, or euro spent.
Okay, fantastic. We've looked at impact the doctor, forecast the meteorologist, and optimize the auditor. Individually, they sound powerful, but let's pull it all together. What's the big picture advantage when market research firms and brands partner with Citrus Predict using these models together?
Well, if you look at it holistically, for the market research firms, it's really about transforming their offering. Citrus Predict gives them the tools to turn incredibly complex data into insights that are actually clear and actionable for their clients. They can predict future trends, not just report the past. They can precisely measure marketing impact. They can even automate things like regular brand tracking studies, freeing up time for deeper analysis. And they can build more compelling data stories. Ultimately, it allows them to deliver significantly more value and become indispensable strategic partners, not just data suppliers.
And flipping that coin, for the brands themselves, what's the ultimate takeaway?
For brands, it's equally game-changing, I'd say. They gain the agility to spot market shifts earlier than competitors. They get that deep, granular understanding of what truly drives their sales performance. They can forecast their future results with much greater confidence. It simplifies the complexity that often comes with mountains of data.
Yeah, that can be overwhelming.
Totally. And it gives them access to insights potentially much faster, enabling quicker, smarter decisions across the business. It's fundamentally about driving better results, better growth.
So across the board, it sounds like the real theme is moving beyond just looking backwards.
Exactly. It's about understanding the present deeply, using the past to inform the future, and then actively shaping that future.
Shifting from being reactive to being proactive.
That's a perfect way to put it. Citrus Predict helps both the agencies and the brands they serve move from simply observing what's happening to proactively influencing what happens next.
So a final thought for you, the listener, to mull over. How could this kind of capability, a deeper data-fueled understanding of your market, powered by predictive analytics and genuinely clear insights, how could that change the way you make decisions?
Yeah, think about the value of moving beyond just describing what happened to understanding why, predicting what's next, and knowing how to best optimize your actions.
It's about moving from descriptive to diagnostic, predictive, and even prescriptive insights.